This is Activity 5.4 on page 181, Enhancing a Report Layout. We have our database, My Cabin Rentals Reports open, and we also have the Report Customers Booking report open. The report wizard enabled you to quickly put together a relatively complicated report. However, the results require some enhancement to meet your needs. For example, some of the fields are truncating the data values, so they need to be made wider. Some of the other column widths are too wide and need to be adjusted to make better use of the page. Also, the column captions were taken directly from the column names in the tables. Field names like we have here, CS first name, CS last name, CS what was this, BK start date for booking start date. So these labels really don't make sense for what we want on our report either. Okay, so we're going to start by reducing the width of our first column, which is customer first name. We're going to switch over to our layout view, and we're going to select the name James here. And you can see there's a lot of extra space. So we're going to take the right side of this field, the field border, and we're going to drag it to the right side, drag it to the left. So it's about a 1/2 inch wide. All right, and then we're going to move and resize the second column. We're going to choose James's last name of Kreenoff and do the same thing here. Just going to select that right side and click and drag to the left. And we can also resize the label name as well. All right. Next, we're going to select the label customer last name. We're going to hold down our control key and select that last name of Kreenoff, which will select all of the other names as well. And then you want to get your move cursor. So you want to hover over the border until you get that 4-directional arrow, not the resizing arrow. So that's going to look more like this here. And it can be tricky to get that, so just, like, I don't have it there. There we go. Just move that over to the left so it's not overlapping first name. All right, next we're going to move and resize the third column. We're going to select the start date label. And you can hold down Control or Shift and select that first group of hashtags. So we're going to first pull the left side over to resize, and we can bring that so it butts up against customer last name, and then we can resize it from the right so now no more hashtags, we can actually see the booking start date. All right, number 4, move and resize the remaining columns. Okay, and they show a little preview of how they want, excuse me, how they want it to appear on the top of page 183. Okay, so it does look like they have a little extra space between the last name and booking start date, so I'm just gonna give that more space. But then the cabin name, select the label, hold Control or Shift, and then select the first cabin name, and we can resize that so it's, whoops, butted up against booking start date, and then we can resize that right margin of the label and fields. Okay, and then we want to do the same for booking nights. Oops. Select the label and then hit Control and select the fields. And then same for total cost. Select the label, select all the fields, and then we can bring that over so we can actually read the total cost. All right, so now we're going to switch to, first in number 5, we want to revise the report title and headers. So report customers booking, the actual heading of the whole entire report, we're going to get rid of that RPT. We're going to add a space between customers and bookings. And then let's edit our labels. So we want to get rid of that CS prefix. We're going to put a space between first and name. And we're going to do the same for the customer last name. Same for the booking start date. And also cabin name, we're actually going to rename this column label as cabin. The booking or BK nights, we're just going to leave as nights. And then our last column is just going to be total cost. Make sure you add that space in the middle there. All right, we're going to switch over to our print preview to take a look at how our report would look. Much better than when we started. And our book suggests that the customer names would stand out better if they were bigger and bolder. So we're going to bold the customer names to make them easier to read. We're going to switch back to, we're going to switch over to Design View. In this view, you can see the dividers between the report header, the page header, customer ID header, detail, page footer, and report footer. Because the report has various groupings, it has headers for each group. In our customer ID header section, we're going to select the CS first name. Make sure you're in the right section, this one here, not the page header. We want to select the field customer first name. We're going to hold down our Shift or your Control. Both of them will do the same thing. Hold down Shift or Control and select the customer last name field. And then we're going to go up to our Home tab. And in our text formatting command group, select our bold command. We're also going to change the font size of these to 12. Make them a little bit larger. And it also wants us to delete the labels for first name and last name. So we're going to go into our page header area, select first name, and hit your delete key. Do the same for your last name label and delete that. And now we're going to switch over back to our print preview. Oh yes, much better, right? Look at how much better our names stand out for each section. We didn't need those labels. We know that's first and last name. And then organized by the booking date for all of each customer's bookings. The thing that is throwing us off a little bit is these alternating rows. We call these banded rows. So we're going to remove those. We're going to switch back over to Design View. We're going to click in our Detail divider to select it. So if you click on Detail, this is the divider here. And we're going to go up to our Format tab on our ribbon, and you see here where it says Alternate Row Color. We're going to select that drop down and choose No Color. Then we're going to do the same for the Customer ID header section. Select that, Alternate Row Color drop down, No Color. Switch back over to Print Preview. Much better. It doesn't look so busy now with all of those alternating bands. All right, we can go ahead and save our report now. We're going to close out this tab. And we can exit Access.